What's up, my bro? Tundrum here, back with another video. And today I've got a bit of a fun thing planned. So I'm here with a mate and we have some Jumpstart boosters. So pretty much how Jumpstart works is it's a 20 card booster based around a theme, but it'll come out of the pack ready to play as a miniature deck. So we thought we'd open these packs and we'd play it off and see how it goes. So how we're going to do it is you open your packs, you play a game. Once you lose with a deck, that deck is eliminated. And we just keep going till one of us has no decks. We obviously only have 2 packs each, so it'll be essentially a best of 3. We'll get into it. It's our first pack, so just opening up now. Right, now we'll take the bottom cards off and we'll show you what we've got. So we have Walls and Reanimated on my side. And we also have a Reanimated and a Witchcraft. So 3 blacks and a green deck, so that'll be really interesting. Right, we'll get into it. It's our first deck. Right, so the first decks, round 1, are ready to go. So we'll place them next to our life totals and get into it. So with Jumpstart, what I like to do is just do a starting hand of 5 cards instead of 7. You can do 7, but or else you run at the serious risk of running out of cards in your deck. Sometimes we do play with a rule that you don't lose from running out of cards in your library, but that sucks. Alright, my starting hand, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'll keep that. Okay, we will get into it. I won the roll before, so I will start. Play a Forest, tap it, Wall of Vines. Your turn. My turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play another Forest, and your turn. I'm starting to worry Walls might not be the best option here, considering the decks are so small. Plays a Swamp, taps 2, and brings out a Mesmiac Mummy. That is interesting. My apologies here, I just realised we made a small mistake and treated Mesmiac Mummy as you discard when it dies rather than entering. Untap, sorry. Draw, play a land, and I'll pass back to you. Alright, my turn again. Draw, play a land, tap 2, play a Wall of Blossoms, so I get to draw again. And your turn. Alright, plays a land and passes to me. Untap, draw, play a land. I'll tap 3 and I'll play a Grave Bramble, which is a 3/4 defender with protection from zombies, and I'll pass back to you. Oh, Crypt Lurker. That is quite the threat. Right, no trigger from the opponent. And my turn. Untap, draw, tap 2, I'll play an Overgrown Battlement. This is quite solid in this situation, gives me an extra 4 mana. And I'll pass the turn. Opponent taps 4 and plays a Carrion Grub. So you mill 4 cards when it enters. Show them. So the opponent managed to mill a Gormand with the Carrion Grub, so he now has a 5/5 worm, which is quite scary. This passes back to me. Untap, draw. I'm going to tap 2 and play a Warmonger's Chariot. And then I'm going to tap 3 to equip it to my Grave Bramble, which reads it gets +2/+2 and it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. It also has protection from zombies, which is handy, so that means his zombie won't be able to block it or deal any damage to it. I'll then attack you for 5 damage. He takes the hit down to 15. I'll then tap the Overgrown Battlement to re-equip the Chariot onto the Wall of Blossoms. I will then pass the turn. Cast Eliminate, killing my Wall of Blossoms. Opponent then decides to attack with everything, so I'll block the mummy with my Wall of Vines and take 8 damage, down to 12. Untap. Draw. That is exactly what I needed. I just drew the perfect card. I'm going to tap 2 and play Assault Formation. It says each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So these all now deal 4, 3, and 4 damage respectively. And I can pay 1 to have target creature with Defender can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender. So I will give that ability to all 3 of my creatures. Actually. Yeah, I'll give that ability to all 3 of my creatures, and then I will attack you for 11 damage. And I'll pass the turn over to you. Macabre Waltz, so he gets to return 2 creatures from his graveyard to his hand, and then has to discard a card. Opponent passes turn back to me. Untap. Draw. Tap 3 and play a Gargoyle Sentinel. I will then pass the turn back to you. Plays both a Maya Trident and a Crow of Dark Tidings, milling his deck out and gaining 2 life. For the sake of this video, we're not going to die from mill causes. We're just going to say, well, you're out of cards. If you did die, that would kind of suck, so we will play it out. I will double block it with the Wall of Vines and the Grave Bramble. Untap, draw. Play a Forest. I will tap 3 to cast Crushing Canopy, choosing Destroy target creature with flying. So I'll destroy a Crow of Dark Tidings. I will then tap the Overgrown Battlement for 3 mana. I will then spend that 3 mana to make Gargoyle Sentinel lose flying, lose Defender and gain flying until end of turn. I will then tap 3 to equip the Warmonger's Chariot to it, and I will hit you for 5 damage flying. And then I'll pass the turn. Opponent does a final Desperation all-out attack, so I will kill off his Mizmiac Mummy, so that dies, and take 5 damage. We then both discard a card. I discard my Roving Keep I've been keeping in hand all game, and he discards a card draw spell that is no longer any use to him. I will untap, draw for turn, play a land, tap 2 to give both my creatures can attack this turn, and swing him for lethal. game 1 done. And I'll have a look at the rest of my deck, and I didn't know this, but we have a mythic in here, a Towering Titan, which came in the deck. See, shame I didn't draw that. That is very cool bonus card in there indeed, a mythic. And that Reanimate pulled in. The Reanimator deck is also quite a cool card. Now go into Witchcraft versus my Reanimated. The Witchcraft deck starts this one due to that team losing the first round. So draw our hands of 5 cards and get into it. So our Witchcraft deck mulligans, however the Reanimated decides to keep. Bottoms a card and he starts us off. Plays a land. Passes the turn. Draw, play a Thriving Moor, choosing whatever, your turn. Untaps, draws, plays land, passes back. Plays a Festering Newt, passes the turn. Draw, play a land. I'll tap 3 and play Funeral Rites. I draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, then mill 2 cards. Your turn. Cauldron's familiar, so I lose 1. He gains 1. Witch's Cauldron. Draw. Play a land. I'm going to have to tap 4 and play a Carrion Grub. Plays another Festering Newt. Sacrifices 1 to gain a life and draw a card. And passes back to me. Play a land. I will attack with that creature.
How much?
It is 3 damage. Pass turn. Tempting Witch, you create a food token. And attacking for 2 damage down to 14. I will, on your end step, I will eliminate the Tempting Witch. So it's destroyed. Untap, draw, play. I will hit you for 3. And pass the turn. Bakes into a pie my Carrion Grub. Gets another food token. Attacks for 2 damage down to 12. Draw my final card. Then tap 2. Play my Triton, gaining 2 life. And a Crow of Dark Tidings. Your turn. Attacks for 2. Sadly, I'm forced to take it down to 12. I'll tap 5 and play a Reanimate, returning target creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield. I'm going to return my Carrion Grub. It's once again a 3/5. I will then attack you for 4 damage. 19. Opponent sacrifices the foods to go up to 19 life. I then pass back to him. He sacrifices the Festering Newt, causing to his new Bubbling Cauldron, which causes me to lose 4 life and him gain 3 life. He then gets to kill one of my creatures. Crow of Dark Tidings is destroyed. Untap. attack you for 3 damage. Your turn. I lose 2 life and he gains 2 life from the Bloodhunter bat. Attacks with the 1/1, sending me down to 5. I attack with my 2/1, Death Touch. Takes 2 damage. Opponent's turn. Attacks with the flying creature and the ground creature. That's an interesting play. I'll block the ground with the carrying grub, killing it. So I take 2 damage, and he gains 4 life. My turn. Sadly, there's not really much I can do at this point, so I attack you for 5 damage. Pass the turn back. Opponent plays an awesome Witch of the Moors, and then finishes me off. Good game. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. This is my first video back on the channel in almost a year now, so we're stoked to make it, and really hope you enjoyed too. But anyway, I'll see you on the next one.